welcome to MS4, and today I'm doing creams. Have a little Prince song in my head. Anyway, the reason that I'm doing this is I was looking at purchases. I had two items in my Sephora cart. One was the Danessa Myricks Blurring Buddies that had a smaller travel size of the translucent blurring balm, and then they also had a new blush, the It Girl, so it's the pink. So I ended up picking that one up. I did not pick up the Laura Mercier Holiday 3 mini sticks. I'm going to, if they're still available during the Sephora sale, because there is one color specifically that I'm looking at. And you know, I might cave other than that, but what I was trying to think of was, if these sold out, would I be devastated? Would I be sad? Would it be something that I would want to play with in the meantime, in the, you know, months in between now and Sephora sale? And I think Sephora sale starts for Rouge, I think, in late October, and then into November. And if I remembered correctly, the holiday sets from Laura Mercier last year were still available during that. So I'd like to get the 20% off of that if I could. I think today is the last day of the 25% off of Fenty at the Fenty website. So if you're interested in that, that's going on. Last day. Today is Sunday, so just in case, let me adjust my bra straps. So today I wanted to play with creams. I had coffee with my lovely friend Z yesterday, and she gifted me with some Sydney Grace eye colors. I have this in my Odin's Eye single shadow palette, magnetic, but check that out. Oh, so when I'm ready for doing powder, I'm going to swatch these this morning and play in them. And then when I'm ready for a powder look, we're going to be using these bad boys. So anyway, let's get started. But using the Fenty Blur, this would be a good product if you have dry skin and you don't have a lot of like textured craggy things. This is beautiful foundation. It does get a little oily in my T-zone, and it does kind of stick to some of, if I haven't exfoliated, if I have a lot of textury stuff going on, it does stick to that a little bit, but it's very, like it goes to powder almost immediately. It's very nice, long wearing. Just been really happy with it. So if you were at all on the fence, this is good. If you have a lot of texture, maybe just go for the ease drops. Just saying, you know, but this is fun, and this is really easy to do on the go. But do plan on working fast with it. I did get quite a bit of sun yesterday, so I took my dog to the park after I went for coffee, which she appreciated because she'd been a good girl, just waiting and mostly patient while we had coffee. So it's like, okay, we'll go to the park, have you time. I've had me time, we'll have you time. Okay, there is an application. Well, that's gonna sit there for a second. I'm gonna put on a little bit of my Laneige. This is the mango flavor. They do have holiday sets that have minis of the mango and the new apple. I can't remember what it's called. It's not candy apple, but it's like they have a full size of the new apple one too for fall. And I have that one in my loves list for Sephora sale, because I think that I will be picking up the apple, whichever flavor it is. I'm doing a liquid lip today. That's why I'm putting on just a little bit of hydration beforehand. Okay, so I want to try out two different. This is the Persona and Jam that I picked up during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. I want to try this on one side, and then I have a couple of Colourpop ones too. And real quick, first I'm going to put in the Fenty. This is Budda Biscuit, and it leans on the cool side, and I just wanted to see, I'm going to swatch the difference between it and my Rare Beauty Bright Side, which is the cooler toned stick. Love this formulation. Just curious about shades. Okay, so it's even cooler than the Budda Biscuit. So just that's definitely cooler, more taupey, and the Budda Biscuit is more more warm. There we go. I can't talk. So I'm gonna go in with the Budda Biscuit. Have my Yensa bronzer brush. Try and just go lightly with this today. Just trying to give my face a little bit of shape, a little bit of color. Okay, so I have the Persona Jam, and then two colors of the Colourpop Cream Blush, the Cherry Blossom, and then I have Coyote. In real life, I call the animal coyotes, and we have them back where I lived. There was basically a three-legged coyote that lived near us. Very, solitary creature, but, not at all worrisome. In some cases, if there's coyotes, you do need to watch out. Okay, so I'm gonna try Jam on this side, and then the Cherry Blossom and Coyote on the other side. So I'm just tapping into it with my brush here on the Persona side, and I think I got too much, so I'm gonna dab it on my hand. Okay, so that's a lot of pigment on that one. Now I had tried Teddy, that was the other one that I bought, and I don't necessarily know that this is my favorite formulation, because it's a little dewy, but we're gonna apply stuff. So that's really pigmented in that one. I think I got too excited with my tappity tapping on my brush. So let's try and blend that out a little bit. Looks like it's blending out okay. And maybe I blended it out a little too much. Well, this could be a day we need to fix our makeup before we go into the real world. Okay. So now on the other side, I think I'm gonna do since that's fairly dark, I'm gonna do the Cherry Blossom on both sides. But let me try the Coyote. On this side. And I'm just like super excited with the Colourpop formula. The whole, creamy, and then, goes to powder almost immediately. I am loving. Because that's really my favorite finish, is a soft, somewhat powdery finish. So so you can see. Now, if you don't mind futzing about a little bit, this is a little more blendable. I think I like the color better of the Coyote. Okay, going into Cherry Blossom. And applying this a little higher on my cheeks. Okay, let's try that on this side too. This is the one spot on my face that doesn't like to take product. This is what's going on with my underlying skin. Okay, we're gonna smooth that with our fingers because that's okay. Come in a little bit more with a lighter color. And I just realized I did not grab a highlighter, so we'll be back in just a second. Okay, we're back. So I picked out, this is something I haven't used in a while, it's the Winky Lux Radiant Pink. So we're gonna use that for highlighter. And just so you know, this was the Cherry Blossom, and this is the Coyote from the Clourpop, and you can kind of see a little bit the finish, very powdery. And this is the Coyote sheared out, so you can get it pretty sheer. And then this is the Jam. And I don't know if you can see that or not. There's just a little more of the dewiness, dew radiance of that. Okay, so Winky Lux. This is a very slippy formulation. Kind of like the Super Shock, only slippier. But it also goes very powdery pretty quickly, although there's maybe a little more emollients than say like the Clourpop blushes. It's still early, although it's very sunny today. We're getting like the last vestiges of summer here, the warm weather. It was a beautiful day to go to the park yesterday. Okay, so we're just got a little bit of shimmer going on there. Okay, I have been using a lot of my Colourpop Super Shock, especially the Winnie the Pooh collection, the 100 Acre Wood. Been using that a lot lately if I'm doing cream and the highlighter. But I just wanted something different today. All right, so we're gonna go in the Laura Mercier. This is from the Rose collection. This is Kiss from a Rose. So we're gonna do this all over. We're going in with a deeper color, and then I have the Cocoa liner that Laura Mercier came out with. So I'm gonna go all over the lid. Just drawing this on, and I'll go back and blend out with the fingertip. The color in the 3-pack holiday and the Laura Mercier kits are different between Ulta and Sephora. Ulta has, there's one of her rose blushes. It's kind of a little more highlighter-y. It's very sparkly. And one of these little guys, the minis, that's in the Ulta. And Sephora has a different one. And then Ulta has one of the setting powders, I believe. The loose setting powders, which I'm not at all in the, it's just messy, and it's a different thing if I'm doing other people's makeup. Like there's more of a feeling for me to use a loose powder when I'm working between people. But when it's just me, I would just rather not deal with the mess and just have a pressed powder, setting powder. Okay, and then, sorry, I'm going in with, did I say what this was? I think this is Strike a Rose. Yeah, Strike a Rose. So to finish the thought, what's in the holiday kit is a deeper purple shade of this, more in that amethysty sort of vibe, and so I really was liking the look of it, and it's something that I think I would use a lot, but that whole test of would I be heartbroken if I couldn't get it, it's like, well, you know, I would like to get it. I think it would be a great addition to what I've got going on here. I like the formula when I'm feeling like doing cream looks. I like these a lot, the caviar sticks. So I feel like it would be a good thing for me to pick up, but you know, it's not going to ruin my life if not that not getting makeup would ruin my life, but I'm just saying, you know, I'm not feeling that whole, like, if I don't pick this up, I'm really gonna be sad about it. So that was kind of the litmus test for these two things that were in my cart. But it is something that I intend to pick up. So the other thing, Laura Mercier came out with eyeliners in the same kind of family. Nice and glidey. And this is there's not a lot of them yet since it's new, but this is the caviar stick, but this is the eyeliner. I think they just call it the caviar stick eyeliner. But this is in the brown, the cocoa. Yep, cocoa. So as you can see, like I was trying this out like in the Victoria Beckham in a cocoa. I tried a one size in the busty brown, and I'm trying the Laura Mercier in a brown. Brown's not very exciting, so but I use it. So it's one of those things that I'd like to see, you know, it really lets me hone in on formulation and wear when it's something that, you know, and is there a color differentiation that I'm enjoying? This one was a warmer, sort of a toned cocoa. So anyway, I thought I would try it out. So it's got a very effortless glide. Okay, and then I'm going to take some of my Winky Lux and do just a little inner corner. Just a little. Very exciting. Do some mascara. So I don't know, one of the things that did come out, they just showed the Glamlight X Ghostface palette. It's right on trend. So it's mostly blacks, shimmery blacks, a deep blue, some grays, couple of, you know, gray lighter shimmers, but it's mostly a fairly dark palette in those silvers, grays, blacks categories, and with a couple of blues thrown in. So I think it's right on trend with the Natasha Denona, the new Xenon palette that she's launching, and quite a bit cheaper, mind you. But I'm just not in the market for that. I don't need super dark shadows. I have the Chucky palette, which is pretty dark, and I'm okay with that. I would never use all of the colors for that. And the other thing though, the lip launch, I will pick up because Glamlight has some great lip formulations, and it looks like this juicy berry sort of a situation, like a berry red. And so I am there for that. So I probably will pick up the lip combo as a liner, and it looks like a gloss. So anyway, shopping. That's the end of the month. I think the 28th is when that launches. And the Chucky palette and the other items ended up at CVS. So if you have a CVS, you might check that. Again, the lip kits are fantastic. That's like a deeper berry sort of a situation, but it is a pretty dark palette. So if you're looking for light tones like the I Need a Nude, this is not for you. But if you were curious about the lip collections from Glamlight, the Chucky, you might try it out there. And they did fix the blush issue. It's a 2-pan blush, and when it first came out, they'd had issues getting one of the words that they had stamped on one of the blushes apparently hadn't gotten cleared. So they had to put both pans of the same blush for the initial release, and it looks like they have gotten that cleared up with the CVS launch. I'm gonna go back in with my the deeper color on this and just okay. So I feel like I could probably do one of the lighter shades of this on top to make it a little more blingy, but I'm kind of feeling like we're good. So let me put on my spectacles. Ah, there you are. Okay, so lips. What I want to do, I'm going to use the one size Outta Line to line, and then one of the liquid lips that I was in my chopping block. This is Grace from Nabla, and I'm going to be, when I did my lipstick swatches, by the end of that my lips were dead, and so I'm like, I don't really want to do all of my liquid lips at once, because it's, you know, like that's really hard on my lips. So I'm going to do just like one every once in a while, see how it goes. So we're going to try Grace today. We're doing Outta Line by one size. Let me, that's the, sorry for blinding you with my mirror. So that second one there that's Outta Line. Let me wipe down my lips just a little bit from the Laneige. They still have some on there and feel, so crossing the fingers. That my lips will not be feeling bad after this. Okay, there's Outta Line by one size. Okay, and then here's Nabla Grace. Just a little bit of a scent to it. Now this one has a little bit more of a glossy finish to it, even though it's a liquid lip, so it feels like a liquid lip, but it looks like it has a sheen to it. Just a little. Not much, just a little. Okay, so it has kind of a little bit of this lightly sweet coconutty sort of a scent to it. But that's Nabla Grace. Let me do a swatch so you can just see it, not with the lip liner. Okay, so there is Grace. Okay, so there you have it. It's a finished look. It's a little peachy, little pinky. All the things are a rose, but they kind of seem to, on my eyeballs, they seem to kind of meld in together. So we're just gonna see how this goes. Anyway, hope everyone is doing well. Hopefully you've had a chance to kind of catch the last days of summer before we go into fall. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.